should tell people, one thing you should know before thinking about anything, papers and so on, the first thing you should do is to book for a Schengen appointment. You have to book your slot in time, because if you get everything ready, oh shit, the stamps will be overdue before you get the slot. So the first thing you should focus on is to get a slot. Go on the VSF Global and book for your slot, because you can wait for 2 months before you get an appointment. If you have plans for traveling in December, I think now you can apply 6 months in advance. Yeah, so you have plans to travel in December, you have to start planning right away as soon as October hits, or even now, because I was planning to travel in May and I started making the papers and everything in February. So in March I wanted to book the appointment, and there were no slots at all for April and May. There were nothing at all. So at last I got a slot for, I think it was 30th May, and I delayed. My guy was like trying to check and everything. I wanted to make a slot I wanted to have an appointment from here in Dubai, but it wasn't possible. It wasn't possible at all. Like, all slots were full, and there were any available slot even for the coming months. So I had to go to Abu Dhabi. So to avoid everything, you need to always check and book a slot before even you start your papers, before you start your recommendation, the NOC or invitations. Book a slot. As long as you know you're a resident of the UAE, you will get all the papers you need. Actually, the process doesn't even take long. You can't even believe. Like, I was so pretty excited. Like, so my guy called me. I was like at work, and I'm like, he was like, they had to send, oh God, let me first show you this. This is the Schengen visa. I'm really so super excited. When I saw it in my passport, I was like, oh my God, that's mine. So let me talk about the 2 quick things that you have to have before applying for a Schengen visa. 1 is the travel insurance, and 2 is the NOC. Those are the most important things that you must have while booking for a Schengen. And the flight, you can always have that, but the travel insurance, it has to be covering up to 40,000 euros. It has to cover up to 3,000 euros. And the NOC, your company must recommend you, must approve, must give you a stated paper that you're their employee from the date. It has to have the date of start. When did you join the company, and when will your visa expire? How much do you earn? When will you start your leave, and when will you come back to work? You need to assure them that you will come back to work with them. It has to include your salary certificate as well, and the ID for your employer. It has to be written, and it has to have a header. I'm going to show you a copy of mine, how it was looking like. It must have the header of the company and the signature down below. And you must have a flight ticket. I used the dummy. People were telling me, why don't you just book a ticket? Like, I'm not sure if they will give you. I'm like, yeah, you're with your guy, you've been together for so long. They will give you, have proof of evidence that you know each other, if you ever meet. I was like, no, I don't want. Like, I was so stressed. I got sick. I was so stressed. I really got sick. This was so, oh my God, I don't even know what to say. It was so stressing. But as we say, hakuna matata, there was no problem at the end of the time. So the second thing you need to have is, mine was from Sweden, so they ask for the proservip, and they will ask for apartment of the person who is going to invite you, the apartment contract, his salary certificate or paycheck for the previous 3 to 6 months, and but for us, he gave me his annual paycheck, yearly paycheck, and he gave me his monthly paychecks and also 6 months paycheck. And what else he gave me? I think that's all he gave me. If he gave me something else, then I'm going to add it there, but I think that's all he gave me. I had to do everything. And then what else did I give on my side? Oh yeah, I gave my passport, my ID, my visa copy. They need copy. And one more thing, if you need to go apply for Schengen, baby, don't bother taking photos, passport size photos, because even though you try, they will always bounce you. Like, we need the other ones. They will have to forward you to someone, their own studio. Like, everybody was queuing there to take the visa photos. Like, every photo wasn't perfect. So if you're planning to apply for Schengen, just go do your passport size photos from there. Because at all the time, all these studios we go to, maybe they don't know what they're doing. But if you go there, you will save money. Yeah, it's expensive there, but it's better than paying twice. And one more thing, you have to have a copy for each and everything. The Schengen form, you have to make like maybe 3 or 4 copies, because like me, I think I did copies like 6 or 7 times and I was making mistakes. So just make a lot of copies to be on a sure side. Like, if I do a mistake, I will do that. I will undo that within a minute, because I have 1,000 copies with me. Oh, my shit was I was so stressed. I was so stressed for this, but now I'm traveling on Monday. I'm traveling to a Schengen country on Monday. They had an option for 1 entry and multiple entry, but I chose 1 entry. Oh my God, I can't believe I got this Schengen visa. I can't believe. Actually, as somebody was inviting me, my boyfriend was inviting me, I didn't have to put my bank statement. So I got my Schengen without my own bank statement, because we used Ease. I just put there my salary certificate and that's all. Yeah, I have a UAE bank here, but I didn't give it there, because after all, I wasn't the one to support myself. By the way, according to the list my boyfriend gave me, he gave me invitation letter, and then he had to fill in that affidavit. He filled in also that affidavit and appendix. He filled in the appendix form. So there's 2 types of appendix: appendix of the applicant and appendix of somebody who is inviting someone to a Schengen region. So he gave me the person verbs form, and then he gave me the bank statement, paycheck, apartment contract, his ID. They need the ID of the person who is inviting you. He gave me his ID. I will make another video showing how we wrote our invitation letter, and he gave me also the sponsorship letter. I will show you how we wrote it. Actually, I did all the job. I take the credit to myself. So I will show you how I wrote the invitation letter, and I separated them. I separated the invitation letter and I made the sponsorship letter, where it shows that yeah, he'll be responsible for me at all the time I'll be in the Schengen region, and he will be supporting me financially and everything. Actually, yeah, he always done. So I will show you how we did it in another video. So for now, it was showing you how I got my Schengen visa all the way from Uganda to Abu Dhabi, now to the Schengen region. Bye, see you next time.